YouTube friends and family, I am a Surviving Thriver here. Guys, the purpose of this video today is to show you what I feed my quail. I've been getting this question quite a few times, so I'm just going to let you guys know exactly what I feed them. Here we go. I have 4 bags up here on this table, and I put them on here for visual purposes for you guys. And I'm going to start from this far left side over here. This is crushed oyster shells. This is the smallest one that they had, but it really doesn't matter what size you get. You know, what you could do, if you have a blender, you can blend it up if they're not small enough. And what I do is I start feeding them this around the time that they start laying eggs. This is the grit that they need in order to form the shells in the eggs. And you don't want them to continuously form their shells on the eggs and deplete, you know, what they need. So I supplement their feed with these crushed oyster shells. Okay, number 2. This isn't actual feed, but it's just as important for the quail. This is Diatomaceous Earth. Let's see if I can fix this bag here. What I do is I put a bowl inside of the cage where they live, and I fill the bowl up with this Diatomaceous Earth so that they can do their scratching around and rolling around in it. They love this stuff. And here is what it looks like close up on this napkin here. So, Diatomaceous Earth. Okay, now for snacks, you know, I give them these dried mealworms that I bought from the pet shop. I'm working on a project so that I don't have to give them these anymore. What I'm going to be doing is raising black soldier flies. So I'm in the process of doing research and putting things together now. And that way I will have an unlimited supply of, you know, worms for them to eat, because they produce black soldier fly larvae, which look like worms before they get to that adult stage, before they turn into flies, and they just love it. Okay, so, but for now I'm feeding them these dried mealworms. Last but not least is this. This is their feed. This is Purina game bird chow, which has 30% protein in it. Quail need a high percentage of protein in their diets because they are small little birds, but they take up a lot of, you know, they use up a lot of energy. So I give them this and it works out fine. And let me get this napkin here so you guys can get a close-up of what it looks like, in case, you know, you don't get a good view from the cup here. But that's what it looks like. Purina game chow, 30% protein. Okay, on top of these things, guys, I also feed them garden scraps. When I go out in the garden and I have extra fruit and vegetables and things like that, I also feed them that, and they seem to really like that. I also feed them kitchen scraps. You know, if I'm doing any cooking in the kitchen, you know, if I have any cut up celery, carrots, all those types of things, that's what I give them, you know, to supplement their food, and they love it. Okay, I'm just showing you the back of this thing here, and it's talking about where these oyster shells are made. But all of this stuff, you can get this from the feed store, which I normally do. I get them from the feed store, and everything works out great. And that's basically what I feed the quail. You know, it's nothing complicated about it. What I'm doing right now, though, is researching how I can feed them a more natural diet. You know, I'm already giving them fruit and vegetable from the garden, but I want to supplement their entire income, their entire diet with natural organic food. So I'm doing my research on that now. I found out that black soldier fly, that's a great resource for them, a great supplementation to their diet. So I'm going to look into that. I'm also looking into growing duckweed and watercress plants and things like that. So I don't have to go out to the feed store and buy the commercially made feed for them. And if you guys have any suggestions about that, please share them with me, because we're all in this together. And yeah, guys, that's what I feed them. So if you have any suggestions, comments, tips, questions, please feel free to ask. And always remember, guys, you know how it goes. If you want to be like me, I'm a survivor and thriver. Out.